and welcome to another Wednesday morning video. Today our topic is going to be about what does love have to do with it. And of course we're talking about the dark and the light. In most cases, love is contrasted with what? With hate. Today, we are going to focus on love contrasted with fear. And in our scripture of the New Testament, those of us who know that, find that in, I believe it's Hebrews, that there is the statement that perfect love casteth out fear. That love is an antidote to fear, that fear cannot exist if there is love. And taking that, let's talk a little bit about fear and love and that relationship. Fear is, if you take F-E-A-R, fear is false evidence appearing real. And this is what a lot of people experience when they experience anxiety and worry constantly, that they have definitely decided that something is worth worrying about, but it's sometimes based on false evidence that appears to be real. So just remember that if you have anxiety or fear or worry, that it may be that it's false evidence that you're thinking about, and that it's something that you can examine critically. I also am very aware that there are some real things to be afraid of, but a part of me thinks, and this is just a thought, that if evil forces were to want to, assuming they had some kind of actual intentionality, if they wanted to invade in some area, all they would have to do is to create a preoccupation with something else among the people that they are interested in, and that for us could be fear. And with the COVID virus, it's certainly been worldwide fear, and any dark sources that had any difficulty in the past would have an open doorway right now, because all of us are distracted by the COVID virus, and it looks like it's going to get worse before it's going to get better. So I think that we need to be as brave as possible and to worry as little as possible, so we don't have that place in our soul that's empty, but to go ahead and do enlightening things such as meditation, which increases your energy, and also it is a wonderful way of centering so that you reach that higher consciousness or that absolute consciousness, or that you reach the part of you that knows God. And in our psycho-spiritual work, it's very difficult to do that without reference to God. And as far as the reference to God, we probably have all heard that verse, God is love. And so love is something that is a key to getting rid of fear. And if you can find unconditional love, you can develop that through your meditations, then you will have what I call discernment, and be able to tell when one fear is opposing another, which one you want, which one you need, which one you think is real, which will give you some grist for the mill when you get in a tight spot, in a fearful spot, to be able to say, whoa, wait a minute, I remember that we studied this at one time, and it was just a temporary thing being in that spot, because I know how to get out of it, and that is through minimizing my fear of being there. So I will leave you with those few thoughts tonight. I should say today. And hope that you can do a little journaling on your own about fear and the correspondence to love, and the correspondence to this virus, and you can write some correspondence about experiencing innocence or heaven and hell, but just those contrasts. I think it would be very interesting if you kept a record of your own feelings about the things that I've mentioned. So I would love to hear some of your journals, but I would certainly love to meet with you next week, or the week after for those of us who do it monthly. I would love to hear about your perceptions from some experiential work that you might do, which is a small write-up of where you think you started out feeling fear as a child and how it developed through the years until your adulthood. So please feel free to email me that. My email is Carolyn Newman6 now at AOL.com. And my telephone number, if you'd like to reach me, is 804-240-6546. And I would really love to hear your response to tonight's request. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week with a different topic.